Hello everyone, welcome to my channel on engineering mathematics. In this video, I am going to discuss how to find optimal solution of the linear programming problem using simplex method. Particularly, we will see introduction to the simplex method, then we will see steps involved in simplex method with the help of an example. So let us proceed for introduction to simplex method. The simplex method is a mathematical optimization technique used to solve linear programming problems. It is designed to handle problems with multiple variables and constraints, making it particularly useful in real-world scenarios. The method starts with an initial feasible solution and moves along the edges of the feasible region to reach the optimal point. The simplex method is extensively applied in industries such as transportation, manufacturing, finance, and supply chain management. Next, we will see what are the steps involved in simplex method. In step 1, we convert the problem into standard form. For example, if the given LPP is maximize z is equal to 3x1 plus 5x2 subject to the constraints x1 plus 2x2 less than or is equal to 4 and 3x1 plus 2x2 less than or is equal to 6, given that x1 comma x2 are both non-negative. Then we first convert this problem into standard form. For that, I would like to recall the characteristics of standard form. The first characteristic is the objective function should be expressed in maximization form. In our case, this objective function is already in the maximized form. Second characteristic says the RHS of each constraint should be non-negative. Here, there are two constraints. In both constraints, RHS is non-negative. Next characteristic says all constraints should be of the type equal to. Here, these two constraints are of the type less than or is equal to. To make them to equal to type, we will add slack variables s1 here and s2 here. And finally, all the variables should be non-negative. So we mention x1, x2 and s1 and s2 used here are all non-negative. So we write standard form of the given LPP as follows. Note that I have made some changes in objective function. I took all the RHS terms to LHS. So objective function now become z minus 3x1 minus 5x2. I have also added s1 and s2 with coefficients 0. So it becomes plus 0s1 plus 0s2 is equal to now RHS is 0. I hope you understood this step. In next step, we set up the initial simplex table. For that, I carry forward the standard form of LPP. Then we create this type of table. Let me explain this table. Over here, we mention the iteration number. BV stands for basic variables. Then we list all the basic variables involved in the LPP. For example, x1, x2, s1, s2. So we write over here. Here we mention RHS. Then column of ratios. Here we write objective function. And below that, we list all the slack variables. Since there are only two slack variables involved in this example, so we add only two rows over here. Next, I will discuss how to fill these boxes. In this row, we will write coefficients of x1, x2, s1, s2 and RHS of the objective function. They are minus 3, minus 5, 0, 0 and 0. Here we write coefficients from the first constraint. They are 1, 2, 1. Coefficient of S2 in first constraint is 0. So we may write 0 here. And RHS is 4. Next, we write coefficients from the second constraint. They are 3, 2, 0. 0 is the coefficient of S1 here. And 1 is the coefficient of S2. RHS is 6. I hope guys you understood this part. Now we proceed for next step. Next, we select key column. For that, we have to identify the smallest negative value in Z row. Here it is -5. The column of -5 is called as key column. We mark it with this box. Next, we will find ratios. Ratios are obtained by dividing elements in the RHS solution by elements in key column. Note that we will not divide RHS solution of objective function. We will only divide RHS solutions of constraint. So 4 divided by 2 is 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now in next step, we will select key row. For that, we have to find the smallest value in the column of ratios. It is 2. So its row is called as key row. We will mark it with this box. Next, we will mark key element. Key element is the element at the intersection of key row and key column. Here it is 2. Next, we will make a note of new basic variable which we call as incoming variable and outgoing variable. The variable at the left of key row is called as outgoing variable and the variable at the top of key column is called as incoming variable. So we will make a note of it by simply replacing this S1 by X2. Now we go for next step. Here we are going to divide key row by key element. And we will write that calculation in next iteration table. Next iteration number is iteration number 1. After dividing this key row by key element 2, we will get 1 here, 1 by 2 here, 1 by 2 here, 0 by 2 is 0, 4 by 2 is 2. Note that we will not carry forward entries from ratios from iteration number 0 to iteration number 1. We will discard them here only. Next, we will make other entries from key column to 0 using elementary row transformation. First, we will make this entry to 0 by using transformation R3 minus 2 times R2. Note that this is not our R2 now, this is our R2. And now we have 1 here. Using this 1, I am going to make this 2 0. So required transformation is R3 minus 2 times R2. So 2 is R3. 2 minus 2 times 1 is 0. 3 minus 2 times 1 by 2, that is 3 minus 1 is 2. 0 minus 2 times half is minus 1. 1 minus 2 times 0 is 1. Then 6 minus 2 times 2 is 2. Next, we will make this entry to 0 by using transformation R1 plus 5 times R2. So minus 5 plus 5 times 1 is 0. Minus 3 plus 5 times 1 by 2 is minus 1 by 2. 0 plus 5 times 1 by 2 is 5 by 2. 0 plus 5 times 0 is 0. 0 plus 5 times 2 is 10. I hope you understood this calculation. Now we repeat this process starting from selecting key column until all negative coefficients wiped out from Z row. I see there is still one negative coefficient left in Z row. So we continue this process. Now we select first key column. So this is the key column because Z has only this element which is negative. So this is our key column. Next, we divide elements from RHS solution by elements from key column. So 2 by 1 by 2 is 4, 2 by 2 is 1. Next, we select key row. For that, we have to see the smallest value in the column of ratios. It is 1 here. So this is our key row. Next, we make a note of outgoing variable and incoming variable. We know outgoing variable is the variable to the left of key row. So S2 is outgoing variable and incoming variable is the variable at the top of key column. So X1 here is the incoming variable. So we will make a note of it. S2 leaves and X1 enters, and we will replace this S2 by X1 like this. Next, we will divide key row by key element. So 2 by 2 is 1, 0 by 2 is 0. This will be minus half, half and 1. Now we make other entries in key column 0 by using row transformation. We have half here, so we use transformation R2 minus half R3. So half minus half into 1 is 0. 1 minus half into 0 is 1. Half minus half into minus half is 3 by 4. 0 minus half into 1 by 2 is minus 1 by 4. 2 minus 1 by 2 into 1 is 3 by 2. Now we make this entry to 0 using transformation R1 plus half R3. So we get 0 here. 0 plus half into 0 is 0. 5 by 2 plus half into minus half is 9 by 4. Similarly, we get 0 plus half into half is 1 by 4. 10 plus half into 1 is 21 by 2. Now here we see all the entries in Z row are positive. There is no negative element. So we have to stop the process. So after stopping the process, we see the solution part. I see X1 takes value 1, X2 takes value 3 by 2, and optimum value of Z is 21 by 2. This is the optimal solution of the given LPP obtained using simplex method. I hope guys you understood this solution. And since this video is becoming too long, we will see more example on simplex method in my next video. Link of that video is given in the description box of this video. Till I publish my next video, keep watching my videos, keep solving examples. Thank you all of you. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get updates about my new videos.